What's up, YouTube? Welcome. I am so excited to have recently had the opportunity to become a content creator and streamer full-time. And with that is managing and organizing a ton of content across a ton of different platforms. And I've had a ton of questions asking how I do it all. And the answer is Notion. Notion is a wonderful app. It's kind of like ClickUp, Asana, Monday, Trello, combined with, anything you could really want it to be. It has a really high learning curve. Honestly, I'm still learning a lot about it, but it is so helpful and you can make it do whatever it is that you want to make it do. And I actually have taken my own workspace and I created a template out of it. And so there's going to be a link down below if you would like to grab that for yourself. It's completely free. So don't be shy, grab it, duplicate it into your own Notion workspace and, personalize it to what you need it to do. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. So what you see here is the home base, and the home base is kind of a quick glance at a lot of different things so that you can get an idea of what's going on everywhere. And then you can later go into the pages that you see off on the left to get more in-depth analytics or whatever it is that you're trying to look at. So on the home base, just to quickly go over it, I have a up and coming, so that shows my weekly to-do list. So if we click it, you'll see that here's the weekly to-do. There is a weekly quote that kind of is supposed to inspire or motivate you to do whatever it is that you want to do, along with a theme. And these themes could be, motivation, it could be mental health, it could be, discipline, it could be balance, whatever really it is that you want to focus in, education. And then I also typically put a weekly top 3 to-dos. These weekly top 3 could be something that is just one and done, or it could be something that has a bunch of to-dos that are kind of needed to be done before that can actually be complete. And then I will take these top 3 and figure out where in the week I want to disperse them and use them. So again, with the week, I also have a daily theme. So I get a top 3 to do, and I don't allow myself to do anything else unless I get those top 3 things done. And then once I do that, I'm able to work on other tasks that I have maybe in the bonus to-dos or something like that. And then I also allow myself a note section. So for example, say I'm trying to batch produce 20 some TikToks that day and I only get to 18. I'll make a little note to myself the next day that I only got through 18, and I'll probably need to batch produce more TikToks later on in that week. And the same goes for Saturday and Sunday. I try to keep my weekend available and open. But just in case I have a Saturday and Sunday that I really need to get some stuff done, I can go ahead and put those in there. And then the outstanding tasks are anything that I need to do next week, and it's vital that I get them done. And so these outstanding tasks, this section is for you to then move these tasks to the next week's template. And then finally, there is a weekly reflection. I think it is so helpful and handy to ask yourself, okay, what did I do well? What did I fail on? How did I learn from that failure? And so on. And that's how you're just gonna make not only better content, but also you're just gonna be able to survive better. So the great thing about this is that it actually is a template in and of itself. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, there is a weekly template right here, and it's super easy. We just duplicate it, and then we just would rename it to be whatever we want. And once it's done, we would drag it up here to use this, and then we would drag this week, but I'm gonna go ahead and drag this one. But you would drag the one that you're done with into the archive. So this archive is going to keep every week's to-do task, your notes, all of that in the archive so that you never actually lose them, and you can sort them however you want. I personally sort them by title them week of whatever. So coming back up, on the left side, we have a to-do list, and this to-do list is sorted by both due date, if there is a due date, and urgency, so that you're gonna see the things that are more urgent up higher, less urgent down lower. And what's really great about this is, say, there's read a book right here. Say I just did that today, I can check it and it actually goes away, but it's not deleted. So if you wanted to see some of the tasks that you have done, or if you've taken notes, because all of these are pages and you can open them up and take notes and all that good stuff. So if you want to take notes and you want to see the notes from things that you've already done, you are able to access them still. So then moving on to the right, I have right here what is a content calendar or content planner. And this content planner, this is just showing a quick snapshot of the next 10 content things that are coming up. So YouTube, you know, Instagram, TikTok, tweets, whatever it is that's coming up. And it also tells you the date and the status that it is. Moving down, we have a calendar. This calendar is going to show you, you know, if you have any meetings, you would put it in here. If you have certain streams that you're planning out, you know, in here, because I've created a template out of my own, this actually, I only have a Discord call and I have a stream that's being blocked by my camera, but I have those two things. I can move this down here so you can see. I only have these two things in this template, but just so that you know, my own personal calendar is booked. So you can easily add new things or not. And there's a ton of templates that you can choose from so that you have all of the right information that you need. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this though. Over on the left, there are 3 sections: growth links, page links, and quick resources. So growth links is going to be anything that is going to help your content grow. So you could attach, you know, links for a business plan if you have one, a social media growth plan, which we are going to get to. So you could actually link that page right there. I have my sponsorships linked right there so that I can quickly go to my sponsors. I even have some ideas linked there. So you can really link anything right here. It's super easy to do. You just hit plus and then you would just choose kind of what you want to put there. And then below that, I have page links. So this could link to your Twitch dashboard or your YouTube studio, as you see that I have in the template. You could also link to, you know, unban requests. You could link to any page, you know, that you would use often. I even have my my DMCA free music subscription linked here for myself. And then the quick resources is just anything else that's kind of outside of those categories, such as the weekly template or the archive. And then if we scroll down a little further, I have a monthly financials. So this, you don't actually input anything on your own, but it just gives you a quick look at how you are doing financially for that month. Then below that, we have a goal tracker so you can see what are your goals for this month. And below that, we have a note section or an idea section. This thing is called a commonplace book. And this way you are easily able to add any notes into or thoughts or ideas that you have while you're out and about easily. And the great thing is that Notion can be on your PC, your MacBook, your phone, all of it. And so it is so handy. I actually replaced my calendar with Notion. And so Notion has my entire life on it. And if I get an idea, I just whip out my phone and I put it in the commonplace book. So this is my homepage. This is what I see when I first log on, and it has my entire life on it. I put everything in here. But what makes Notion so powerful is that everything is linked together. So all of the things that you see here, they are their own entities, which are called databases. And inside each of these databases are pages. So if we come back to the to-do list, you'll see that we can actually open up the to-do list over here. And this shows all of the same things that you saw in the other to-do list. And if you wanted to see everything, whether it's completed or not completed, you can easily just see everything we have right here in the table. All right, and I'm gonna uncheck these just so that you can see them back in over here. And it's super simple. Say I had a new chore and I needed to put my clothes away, which, funny story, I had put clothes away on my Notion for like 7 weeks. You know, don't judge me. And then we would just come in here. We would say what priority it is. Maybe it's urgent because, like me, you've had these clothes that you need to fold for 7 weeks. And you could put in some notes, and then you can change the type if you need to, but we kind of added it in here so we don't need to. And we could put a due date if we wanted to. So say we need to get it done tomorrow. And then that would actually, this will now show up on the home base right here. Put my clothes away. So then moving down, going back, we had the content planner, right? So I'm going to come over here to the content dashboard. And this dashboard is going to kind of show us all of the social media that we have. And then we can go into even more detailed looks in a moment. So again, this is kind of like the front page. It's a little bit of a snapshot. This gives you a little bit more information, such as the due date, if there's a sponsor, the status it is, the pillar it's within, the content type, and then of course, the title of the content. We also have some quick links for YouTube and sponsorships, which I'll get to in a moment. And then you can come down here, and Twitch is usually streaming. So this is like a schedule-based thing. So this actually goes onto the calendar if you want to add a stream. And then if you want to come down here to YouTube, then we have a quick little look at the statuses of all the different videos you have. And we can do TikTok, same thing, and the same thing actually for both Twitter and for Instagram. It just so happens I don't have any examples done for those two. So if we go to YouTube, we can see more in depth the YouTube idea. And by the way, real quickly, if you want to know about anything in specific, a little bit more detailed, how does something work or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below so I can put that in my own ideas list and make sure that I get that video done for you. Anyway, coming back to YouTube. So here is a larger view of the progress YouTube videos. And you can see that there are a lot of different ways that we can look at this. We can see the status board. We can see it in a calendar, which is really awesome because this will actually change the due dates that it is. So for example, you can see that it's August 10th. If I move it over here, you can see that this changes to August 11th. And the same thing goes for the status. If I change this to reviewing, then you can see that this now says reviewing. So it's all connected together. And then we have an ideas list. So if you get an idea, it'll automatically pop up right in here as long as the status says idea. And then the awaiting payment is, I personally use this because I have editors. So this lets me know that these are the videos that I still need to pay my editors for. So coming back to the status board, this is what makes Notion incredibly powerful. It's amazing. Remember how we had that sponsorships link? Well, that takes us to a sponsorship page. And in that page is a database of all of the sponsorships. In fact, let me just show you. So this is the sponsorship page, and you can see there are brands to connect. So for example, say we have right here that, Razer was on our list of brands to connect and we checked it off. So we have contacted Razer. Say we also want to talk to Corsair, we can do that. And as soon as we contact them, we can always check that off. You can see right here that we have a sponsorship schedule. And so essentially what happens is every single sponsor that we have will go into here with the name, the rate that they have, the post date for all of the deliverables, and you can see that I have a ton of deliverables, as many as I could think of, right here for you to put. And of course, you can easily just add more if you have a different type of deliverable that you're doing, as well as a status that you can look at, and then notes if you have any notes, and the video. Going back to the video, and then finally below we have potential sponsorships. So these are brands that maybe we've reached out to and we just haven't heard back from yet, or we're waiting to hear back from to see if we can do a sponsorship with them so that we can keep everything very organized. So coming back to the YouTube dashboard, this is what makes Notion so incredibly powerful. Say we're looking at video idea D, you can see that this video has a sponsor. And if we click this, it actually takes us to the sponsor page. So for example, we could have notes right here, like this one, video has to be 5 minutes, or 10 more notes, and you can add images in here and, scripts and headers and bullet points. You can add, check boxes, and you can see that it also links back. We were looking at video D just recently, but if we want to look at video A, we can click this and it now tells us video A and where it is and what the status is, etc. So this actually is so handy and it intertwines so well. And like I said, I have created this entire template for you to use. This specific template is readily available for you in the link down below. All you have to do is duplicate it into your own Notion workspace. It's really that simple. You just duplicate every page that you would like, and it will automatically connect everything for you. Another few pages that we have is the social media growth plan. For this one, I just have everything listed out right here. If you want to add another category, it's super easy to do that. You would just, add another category right here as a header. I think this is heading 1. And I have the toggles right here just so that it's not a super long page and I can see which growth plan I want to see at whatever moment. So each one of these looks exactly like this. We have 3 weekly acts, 3 monthly acts, and then 3 others. Of course, you can add more, but this is a great way to kind of keep track of, okay, how am I going to grow this week? And maybe you've learned something that, oh, this really works. I'm going to implement this into my growth plan. And it's a great thing to kind of refer back to make sure that you are sticking to your growth plan. And then if you remember, we had this whole goal section right here, and there's actually a much larger page. So if we go to the left and we click on the goals page, you can see that I have this divided up into both near-term goals and year goals. And so the near-term goals, this is going to show you, it's August 1st that I'm doing this. So it's going to show you the few months before this goal and then the few months after this goal so that you can kind of see, okay, how has my progress been? and where do I want my progress to be in the next coming months. And as time goes on, this will update and move around so that it stays so that you can see only the certain amount of months before and the certain amount of months after. And the great thing is that you can change all of these goals as you go. And if you want to see more, you can easily load more just like this and kind of change everything that you want to see. And then the same goes for the year goals. This kind of gives you a long-term sight of what your plan is. So maybe this is kind of something that you want to do. For the plans, you can do, I have it set up so that it is total money gained. You have Twitch subscribers, you have average viewers. You can super easily add a few more by unlocking and then just adding another property right here. And then to go back and look at our finances, all we have to do is click the financial tracker, and this shows us a really well-rounded view of how our finances are going. So we can see a monthly balance and a yearly balance. This total savings is going to add up onto each other each time. As you can see right here, I've inputted a example income, and if we wanted to open this, we could always change it, and we can actually change it right here as well. So you can see that as of today, August 1st, which is the day I'm recording this, I had a YouTube income for $100. And that's where I would put this. And if I wanted a new one right here, and then say I had to pay $30, I would just input a new $30 expense right here. And you would see that all of this would change. This is going to only keep up with income and expenses that was done this month. And then this one is going to keep up with anything that was done this year. And then finally, we can see any subscriptions that we may have, whether they're active or inactive. And then you can see how many income sources maybe you're looking at. And these could be ideas for you too. If you wanted to add some of these, or if you want to add your own, you totally can. And then of course, down below, we have income records and expense records. So these are going to show you all of the income and all of the expense, no matter what year, what month it is, so that you can always look back at your records no matter how far away it goes. And this is the Commonplace book. Our brains are not meant for remembering, they are meant for thinking and brainstorming. And so it is really good idea to have a journal or a notebook. And for me, it's really hard to organize that journal and notebook because say I wrote something years ago in a journal that I don't even look at anymore. Whereas this is going to be able to keep all of your ideas no matter what. Ideas, thoughts, anything. Say right here, we have idea B, which is to produce more YouTube videos. And you can see that this has action forms and projects that are attached to it. And so you can, of course, add your own action forms or your own projects. Say you're writing a book, you could add, book in here. Okay, this will also affect YouTube. So we could add that on here. And what's great is that this affects YouTube, TikTok, gaming skill, and content creation. So say later we remember, oh, I had this idea for YouTube, but I don't remember what it was. You can just go on this search bar and type in YouTube, and any idea that has to do with YouTube will come up. Or say if you're looking for TikTok, you can see that these ones both come with TikTok. And so this is super helpful in organizing and remembering all of your thoughts and ideas. If you found this video at all helpful or interesting, definitely smash the like button. Let me know what your favorite part of the video was. And if you made it this far, write Notion is bomb in the comments below so I know who made it all the way through the video. If you do want to see anything else like this, or if you want to know a little bit more in detail about a specific page or anything like that, also let me know in the details so I can make sure and I put that in my idea book. And yeah, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!